In a disturbing situation that occurred in Brisbane over the weekend, police arrived to a house in Zilmia where there was an alleged domestic violence occurring. An anonymous tip had said that there were loud noises and carrying on from the house. So the police arrived. Now, when they got there, there was no domestic violence happening. There was, in fact, an Aboriginal family singing and dancing. So now, unfortunately, what happened is under the new domestic violence legislation, police entered the house and proceeded to arrest a 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl. Now, the police were arresting the 16-year-old boy in the kitchen, and thankfully someone there actually started recording, because what we managed to see is a police officer, when confronted by the mother of the 16-year-old boy, this is the response she got.
Follow him now! Out there!
Stay there!
You stay there!
Stay there!
I ain't doing the house!
Stay there!
Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Move!
Sit down and shut up!
Make me!
Now! Sit down and shut up! Sit down and do what you're told. You got cuffs, mate? Arrest her.
Make me!
Arrest
What
her.
for? What for?
Obstructing police.
She hasn't done nothing wrong! Are you serious?
Yeah, not the best look for the Queensland Police Service. The concern by the mother was that her child, her 16-year-old child, was being arrested in her kitchen. She had no idea what for, and the child was screaming. This is a 16-year-old boy, let's not forget, being surrounded by grown men in tactical military gear, like they'd stormed into a house in Fallujah or in Kabul. So they'd stormed in, and as it turned out, there was no domestic violence. Now, unfortunately for the family, they had to have this ordeal. All four of them were arrested and were placed out in police cars and made wait there for about 20 minutes until the time they were released and given notices of arrest, and they'll have to appear in a magistrate's court in Brisbane this week. Now, the concern is that for the Queensland Police, they are investigating the situation. They have not received any formal complaints, apparently. However, they are looking at the evidence currently put forward. But in a comment by the Queensland Police Union official, Ian Levers, he told the ABC radio today that he believed the police showed a lot of restraint, and the only thing I would have done differently is I would have arrested her well before they did. Wow. Thank you, sir. Because that's what you do to a concerned mother when their child's being arrested. You arrest them because their concern is completely inappropriate. Not to mention the fact that police went into a house that didn't have any domestic violence. The other thing that really concerns me is at the very end of the video, where the police officer, that young police officer, is telling her to sit over there, sit over there, sit over there. She didn't sit over there, so he was about to leave, which means she didn't have to sit over there. Ordering her to sit over there was completely irrelevant because she didn't do it and nothing happened. So then when she was following the police out of the kitchen, the police officer again told her to go and sit somewhere, at which case we see this hand come in and this "shut up and sit down" comment from obviously the communications specialist from the Queensland Police Service, to which he then comes storming and talking to her like, well, you'd have to say a piece of shit. That's how he's talking to her. He's talking to her like she's come into his house. The confusing part is he's in hers. They didn't call the police, someone else did. They were in their home enjoying their time as they're supposed to, and he's running in telling her, and he's offended. He's so offended that she won't do as he said. He arrests her. That's the concerning part for me. Now, the Queensland Police Service is saying they're looking into the situation. I think there's two things that come out of this. Firstly, if you're turning up to what believed to be a domestic violence situation, don't turn up like soldiers. Turn up like police people there to de-escalate a situation, not escalate one. And secondly, if you turn up to a domestic violence situation and there isn't one, don't cause one. There's a tip, do not cause one, because all you did was create a domestic violence situation. Horrible.